Most of you will have probably heard of the Minecraft UHC, essentially putting some number of children in a Minecraft world, last man standing wins. Now, take this concept and put it into Terraria. Boom, the Terraria UHC, or actually the THC. It's not the same acronym and has a really inconvenient similarity with this, but anyways, notice both of these contain hardcore. You only get one life. Since you die a ton in Terraria, especially compared to Minecraft, some of you may think this mode is for the sweatiest of sweats. That is, until you realize it is played in the classic/normal difficulty. Even so, it takes skill to be able to not mess up even once, while also simultaneously trying to beat the 19 or 39 other children to bosses, loot, and glory. Some people in the community will try to help the lesser skilled, but unfortunately Adventure 32 is responsible for a lot of this. Now, I'm sure a lot of you viewers think I'm good at the game. I feel there is a common fallacy that I must be good at the game because I'm a large Terraria YouTuber. You get played to do Terraria, you must be good at it. You couldn't be more wrong. Remember, I'm a one in the for the worthy trio who did this. I'm so bad I'm a running joke. They even gave me the 100 wins prestige role. Keep in mind that at the time, there had been about 30 games hosted ever. The games are consistently won by the same top players, whom I separate into the reserves, the sweats, and Crabbar and Adventure. It is expected that the sweats and Adventure/Crabbar will win games if they are present. The THC occurs in a few distinct phases. The first phase is the rush. Everyone starts at the center of the world and piles outwards. There will be resource competition. It is almost guaranteed that you won't be the first person in any given cave. Most inexperienced players will die here or soon after. They can't match the sweaty speed of their rivals. Time is of the essence. If you can cobble together some good gear here, you can get a massive leg up. A very useful tip is to just block enemies off. Don't waste the time to try and fight or kill them. Many go underground and get basic gear such as bottles, orbos, hooks, and early game armor. Remember that this is classic. You don't need much gear to take down bosses. Skeletron is easily done with just a gold bow and a 3-layer arena. The brain and the eater are pummeled similar with a hook and jester arrows. It's common to see these bosses down before or on the second night. If you want to win, you better be one of these people or come in soon after. Now for stage 2, the grind. If you're not a sweat, you're still stuck underground scrounging up life crystals or trying to get a hook. Or if you're on the lowest run like me, trying to even find a cave. Chances are you won't come across anyone. Everyone is kinda doing their own thing. The sweats of course will occupy the dungeon to try for the Muramasa. The 2 times I've tried for Skeletron, I've always been assaulted by a competitor. Second choice to the Muramasa is the Blade of Grass. Melee tends to be the meta in these games. Then comes the last stage, loneliness. The remaining survivors should have decent-ish gear. One sweat has definitely made a Knight's Edge. Many players already have max health. At this stage it's already pretty evident who's going to win, provided that there's no funny business with explosives. The game just slowly drags on at this point, with players being slowly picked off by PvP or the eventualities of PvE, until one last player survives. Remember, this is not Battle Royale. There is no constricting play zone. These 2 players are almost never going to find each other by themselves. It's a needle in a haystack. Oftentimes you'll see players agree to settle the victory themselves, most famously in chess duels. I mentioned before that I was a running joke in the THC community. I built up this reputation by being very active, but always dying early and in stupid ways. I've even died to silt. Silt. Even viewers of the For the Worthy series wouldn't expect me to be this bad. By the way, I've never gotten a single kill, even as one of the most active members of the server. However, lately, things are looking rosy. My placements game by game were getting better and better. I actually got to stage 3 for the first time and placed 5th. This was funnily the time they assigned me the prestige role as a joke. Some people at that time unironically thought I was going to pull an unexpected win. I didn't. A few days ago though, I did win, though not in the way you think. I've waited until I won so I can make a video only on me winning, to present the false conclusion that I am good at the game. A big portion of THC luck is floating islands, and I was lucky enough to get in on some of it. I netted a Star Fury and Fledgling Wings before the second night. The first lucky break I've gotten in a while. I prepared to do Skeletron, but at the last minute some guy came and stole my arena. They had a blade of grass. I'm your Star Fury can't contend with that. Adventure 32, one of the two big sweats, actually did the same thing that game and got killed. My hopes of rushing Skeletron were over, and I chose not to try for Brain. The rush was over, and the grind was going to set in. Without a Deathbringer pickaxe, I'd be stuck out of Molten Gear, giving me jungle armor as the best option accessible to me. Not a good option. At this point, most Crimson Hearts were used up, and I was very unwilling to surface due to the looming threat of other players, who you and I would presume are much more stacked than me. Again, I don't even have a Deathbringer pickaxe. This is when the Wall of Flesh was summoned. The original directive was to summon it just to kill the guy and let it despawn, so that the transition could be delayed, and so the weak players could get some extra time. And then the Wall of Flesh started taking damage, and it was killed. Oh man. At this time I was still using the Star Fury primarily, and now I had to fight Hardmode enemies. Fortunately, Classic is a joke, so it was still survivable. Hardmode did have one advantage though. You can blow Hellstone up with explosives in Hardmode. No pickaxes required. With this I was able to get a Molten Pickaxe, and thus Molten Gear. I was catching up. Soon, it was just down to me and Crabbar. Crabbar lives in Eastern Europe, so it was late night for him. I, however, had all the time in the world, so I elected to keep going. What were the chances that I could maybe outgear him? Am I delusional? He couldn't be that far ahead of me. Oh wait, he died. Of fall damage. With wings on. Crabbar dies to intentional game design. He flapped his wings, but it didn't reset his fall distance. I'll take the win. And look at his gear. I couldn't have stood a chance against that. Let's check the stats. Oh, I didn't do a single hit point of damage. Not a single point. First pacifist win, I guess? And now they're pretending I'm a PvP god, while also not doing any PvP, in the most scuffed win in existence. God damn it.